Hey y'all, so this is another video, but this will be kind of different. It won't be political, but I'm gonna throw 2 cents in there because why the fuck not? And it kind of also ties into some of the content that I made on this channel, the Black Woman Vibes channel, in regards to the hot girls. This is the rapper chicks of today. And the content that they make, the lyrics that they rap about, and their overall imagery in rap. So Queen Nicki Minaj herself has come out and had another interview with Joe Budden, who is a former Love and Hip Hop contestant, as well as a somewhat relevant rapper. He was more relevant in like 2000s. Then he got clipped by Jay-Z. There was an internal beef. He was kind of blackballed in the rap game, but was kind of like swimming around, had the Joe Budden podcast, fell out with his former besties, and now he's still doing his old thing, right? So they had an interview where Nicki Minaj was basically like, I'm going to speak my truth. I'm just so tired of being censored. I'm just so tired of not saying what I really want to say. You know, a lot of these up and coming girls want to be like me, want to follow the pink print. However, they don't want to give me any homage, as well as they will reach out for a feature, but they wouldn't do any business with me. Now, she talks about a lot of things in that particular interview. But the point I want to discuss in this video is the fact that she is right and she is wrong. And I will clarify in what I mean by she was right and she was wrong. When it comes to Nicki Minaj and that prototype, she's a Sagittarius. So first and foremost, she is about climbing the highest of accolades. That's what Sagittarius do. They love to learn. They love to join, like, not necessarily secret societies, but they like to be in the in crowd. Like, that's just what it is. They like to travel. They have vices. Nicki's vice would be rap. It could be drugs, it could be alcohol, it could be sex, because Sagittarius, the ninth house, is also known as like the bachelor house and things of that nature. But when it comes to Nicki Minaj, like, her whole focus was to be the best. That's why she's always talking about, you bitches are my sons. And she's always talking about, I'm the queen, I'm the queen. Like, she's always wanted to be that. And yes, she followed certain rapper women who came before her, like Lil Kim, as her model, but she took it to another level. Like, if rap was the basement, Nicki Minaj turned into a skyscraper. We have to give her kudos where it fits, right? And it's not to say like Lil Kim didn't do anything in a rap game. It's not even to say Lauryn Hill or Missy Elliott, because Missy Elliott was really killing it in the game. And Lauryn Hill really brought in the conscious, like, think about things on a deeper level. Think about how your actions have reactions and natural consequences, and what it means to be your authentic self in a dominated field of men. So it's not to say any other woman didn't put their work into the rap game. It's to say Nicki made rap very, female rap, let's say that, female rap very commercialized, very worldwide, and she's well recognized for that. However, when it comes to business, and I see this because I've been talking about it on this channel, that a lot of these rapper girls, like, this is their avenue out the hood. Like, let's be real. We see how fucked over the job market is. Even if you have a degree, you don't have a degree. Even if you're this and a third, we see how topsy-turvy the job market is. We see how this is not your grandmammy ages where you would have a pension, you retire, you worked at a company for 50, 40 years. This is not that era, okay? Businesses pop up and they shut down. Businesses don't invest in their employees like they used to. They don't offer pensions. Like, they are really trying to get the most productivity, the most labor out of you, while not benefiting you in the least bit. How many people work in the service centers? How many people work in the service industry? And they put more productivity into making these businesses what they are than these businesses put into their employees. And where these companies see that they can shortchange their employees, they do so. Reference the John Deere strikes, the Kellogg strikes, and so many other strikes, the Starbucks strikes, the Amazon trying to get unionized. They fuck over their employees on purpose. So with that being said, a lot of these rapper girls, they don't have the education. And that's not to say that they're dumb, as opposed to, do you have $500,000 to spend on student loan debt that you're not going to be able to pay back? No, they don't either. They don't have certain nepotism working in their fortitude, like, oh, my cousin works in City Hall, or my family owns a business, or we have people behind the scenes that can work in our favor. Like, they're poor. They come from a poor background. Like, there's a lot of things that are not working for them in their favor. And the rap game seems like an avenue to not only make money, but to help their family out of a destitute situation. The rap lotto is no different than the NBA lotto or the football lotto. Like, those particular avenues are very sparsely sprinkled with black faces. And when they do get in, they have to fight for their positions, a la Nicki Minaj, right? So Nicki talks about how a lot of these rapper girls would reach out to her for a feature, but they wouldn't do business with her. And I want to say this for what it's worth. Yes, Nicki Minaj is the bestest to ever do it. But let's be clear. Nicki Minaj is a mean girl, okay? She is pushing 40 with a baby, and she's still a mean girl. That's not me being hyperbolic. That's just me calling it for what it is, right? It worked in her favor in business. It worked in her favor to keep her positionality in the rap game. But this is her on the regular, okay? B, a lot of the reasons why Nicki started working with newer up-and-coming female artists is because there was a Nicki Minaj hate train. Love it or hate it, it does exist, and I'm going to tell you why it exists. The Nicki Minaj hate train exists because she was so successful at being a female rapper that other labels want the same thing for themselves. They want their own Nicki Minaj prototype. So to be able to have that arena cleared, that positionality cleared out, you would have to, quote unquote, dead the queen. So on a money, just business, speaking just business, it was advantage for the record industries and even for those who are connected to the record industries like the Breakfast Club to turn their back on Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj didn't just wake up and become a mean girl. She was a mean girl ever since she came into the rap game. Like, it is what it is. She was picking on Kim when Kim was going through her insecurities and bleaching her skin and all this other shit. She basically deaded Kim to get her position. And now that they see it's advantageous for them to have their own Nicki Minaj, they're trying to do the same thing to Nicki. And Nicki's now crying unfair. But I call that divine karma. It's not the same way as how Nicki did to Kim, but essentially when you boil it down, it's the same thing. They're fucking you over because they smell blood and they want another girl in that position, hopefully the girl that they put money into, like it's a horse race. They're trying to see if the girl that they put into will be able to catapult into your lane, or even better, even higher, achieve more, a la the Cardi B's. Yes, old girl doesn't rap, old girl doesn't write her raps, but that's not the point. It doesn't matter if she writes or if she doesn't write it, because at the end of the day, when you have a whole label, you have a whole machine to pick out your titties and your ass, to pick out your skin tone, to pick out your wigs, to pick out your eyelashes, to pick out what you're going to say and how you're going to say it and what rewards you're going to get and what ceremonies you're going to attend to. It doesn't matter. They just need a body. They just need a post, and they will figure everything out because they realize that they just have to be as good imagery wise as Nicki Minaj or close to it. And it will be successful, a la Cardi B. So yes, that is true. And on the other end, why it's advantageous for them to push out Nicki Minaj is because, let's be clear, this is the pop industry. That's why even the Nicki, she admitted to get plastic surgery. Let's be clear, Beyonce did too, her face and her ass. And I don't think she had an ugly face, but like, she's getting older. And as you get older, the elasticity of your face becomes, less potent, and you start having wrinkles. And if your brand is based on your looks, you're going to do whatever you can to preserve your looks. And yes, this even applies to Miss Beyonce, just like Nicki has done it, just like Cardi, she had face fillers because she had deep, deep raccoon eyes. And now she had that Kim thing going on, and then that kind of settles so her face looks kind of normal. They're not the only ones, but this is the brand of commercialism. This is the brand of vanity, and this is the brand of pop culture. So they're just fitting in the mold. They're going with the standard. So it's not to pick on any woman, as opposed to like, this is just what that is. The younger you are, the less work that you need, but the older you get, and then with the competition, with every year there's a new girl, you want to keep your brand in tip top shape. It is what it is. So with pushing Nicki out, not only is it good business wise, but it's also good for the longevity of their brand, whatever brand they're pushing out, whatever they have to market. Whether it's music, whether it's Fashion Nova, whether it's paid Grammys, it don't matter. The point is, it's business. This is capitalism, baby. Capitalism. As well as, I would not be surprised if some old head ass nigga who wanted to get Nicki at her prime, but Nicki was like, nah, I'm not, no, I'm Nicki Minaj, like, I could do better. Or just wasn't feeling him, or like she had a certain position, certain power, knows certain people, has certain money, that she didn't have to fuck him, or she didn't have to subject herself to certain things, that they're using this situation now with the Nicki hate train and them trying to cultivate their own Nicki Minaj knockoff. They're using that as their get back, as their revenge. I mean, like, wasn't that nigga who don't eat pussy, DJ Khaled, wasn't he out here trying to get with Nicki, and Nicki was like, nah. Like, I'm not surprised if a couple of them behind the scenes were like, oh, you thought you was better than me? Oh, alright, here's my knockoff Nicki. Let's see if you can fight that. And then behind the scenes trying to blackball Nicki. Like, I just wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Kanye West himself said with that, nah, 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 what till I get my money, right? Didn't Kanye say, I still feel like there's bitches that owe me sex? A lot of these niggas do think that they own women and that these women owe them sex. So I would not be surprised if a lot of these niggas are still salty because you wasn't trying to give them the buns. Another point she made was like, these girls will reach out but won't sign to her label. This is a pick me thing. Like, Nicki, do you remember in your heydays where you didn't rap with other girlies? It's now advantageous for you to do it now because there's 50 million other chicks falling out the closet, and you don't have to push nor pull from the industry to block off the next girls from coming in. And because you are the blockbuster of female rap, why would they allow you to block the other girls from eating when they could just trample over you and have every little girly off the block eat? It's more advantageous for them. They don't have any loyalty to you. And for you to continue having your name in these streets, it's advantageous for you to hop on a Bia remix or to hop on a Doja Cat remix. Not because you need it. It's not because you need publicity. It's not because you need the money, you need the fame. It's to quell the noise of you being a mean girl and you being uptight and picky and not fucking with the other girlies. So it helps you become more nicer in a public eye. And that's why you're doing it. However, you started the pygmeism, right? When it was your heyday, you wasn't trying to do no features with Missy Elliott. You wasn't trying to do no features with, what's the other one? Sheether. Remy Ma. It wasn't like you was out here extending an olive branch to other up-and-coming rappers. Supposedly, allegedly behind the scenes, you wasn't even trying to share space in the industry with up and coming rappers. They were saying like how you wasn't trying to give them no clout, that you wasn't trying to allow them to come into the game, that you were blackballing people before they even had a start. Whether true or false, we know that you didn't feature with women artists if they were also rappers. You would do a Lady Gaga, you would do a Beyonce, you would do a Rihanna, but you wasn't doing other female rappers in your heyday when you had the Chinese bangs. Like, let's be clear on that, okay? And you was repping Young Money hard body, colorist. I bet that bitch will look better red, Young Money. Right? You love being the queen of Young Money, the female of Young Money, the madam of Young Money. Like, you love that shit. So you wasn't trying to create a little avenue for the next girl to eat because you wanted to dominate that space. Correct? Correct. So you made it advantageous to have the image of there can only be one bitch at a time. There can only be one rapper girly at a time. And that one rappy girly is you and can only be you. So now the next girlies who are following your blueprint, they're doing the same thing too. Now, yeah, they'll do a feature like Do It with Chloe and Haley and have the Lottos and Megs and City Girls and whatever. But they want to be the only woman on their label. Like, who else is signed to whatever the fuck Lotto's signed to? City Girls and Cardi is on the same label, but they might not be because they had that whole thing with QV and all that other shit. People fell to the wayside or whatever. But for the most part, they want to be the only female rapper on their label because they learned that shit from you, Nicki. So yeah, they'll do a Lady Marmalade, but they don't want to share the space and share their bread within their label because it would be insecure, more insecurities than they already have, as well as they'll be always thinking that the next girl is trying to undercut them instead of saying, nah, let's get this bread together, right? And then on top of that, the pick-meism. The bitches on my son, the bitches on my sons. This is your line, Mickey. They're following your blueprint. They don't see women as business savvy or respectable because you did it in your heyday. Correct? Correct. Was you signed to Deb Apney and then you left her for Young Money? Isn't that the kettle calling the pot black, Nicki? They're learning from your blueprint. So no, they're not going to sign to you, but they want that credit. They want that stamp of approval from the queen, but they're not going to sign to you because in their eyes, getting the approval of men makes it that much special, that much credible. Just like you did when you left Deb Apney for Young Money. Whether right or wrong, you did that shit and they're doing it too. Now, personally, if I was a rap girly, I would sign to you, Nicki, with everything I said and your pedophile ass husband. I said what I said, but that nigga, your son is cute. You still looking good, ma. But that man was trash. You should have never gave him none of that coochie. You should have never let him shut up the club, as Charlamagne would say. Like, no. I hope you have a motherfucking, what do you call that? Shit. I hope you have a, not NDA, but you should put an NDA on that nigga. Like, trust. You see Kanye and Kim put an NDA on that nigga. But you should have had a prenup. Yes. Bitch, you should have a prenup. I hope your stupid ass got that nigga to sign a prenup and sign an NDA. Stop playing. But yeah. Shit, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, your kid's cute, you cute, that nigga's trash, but that's not my business. That's what you wanted to do. It is what it is. We feeling to move on. But the Girlie Seed as, oh, I want to be signed to QV. I want to be signed to Rockefeller. I want to be signed to this and the third because they see the approval of men as just that much solid and just that more credible than being signed to a woman, aka what you did. And yes, they'll get the feature from you because getting a feature or a cosign from Jay-Z is cool. But in the rap girly era, in the era that we live in with the Me Too, women empowerment, female boss, bitches is getting niggas to trick, and I don't love these niggas, I just love the head. Like, we live in that era where women are boss bitches, right? Yeah, getting that credibility, get that step of approval from Nicki makes it more credible than getting it from another man, especially since female rap is really heavy. It's really good. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't listen to none of these niggas rap. Like, ew. I don't listen to none of these niggas rap. Like, ugh. I only listen to women rappers because it does it for me. I love me when mommy be talking her shit. Like, that shit is my motherfucking foreplay. Talk your shit, mama. Like, that's what I like. That's my type. And there's a lot of other women who like that too. Not on the like, let's be honest shit like some Young M.A, though I do listen to Young M.A too. It's really on some like, it's just my hype. Like niggas go to Planet Fitness or LA Fitness. They go to the gym and they want to listen to gangster rap. I want to live my best life, so I listen to female rap. It just does it for me. So, like, yeah, getting that step of approval from you makes it all that much credible. Just like if I was a R&B artist and I get that stamp of approval, I get that feature from Beyonce or Rihanna, like, that makes me credible more than it would make me credible with any male artists. And truth be told, Prince is dead, Michael Jackson's dead. Like, who else is alive that's really worth it? Like, really. But anyways, Usher got that burn. But anyways, back to you, Nicki. Back to you, Nicki. They wouldn't sign to you because they don't find it just as much advantageous, especially since you've been blackballed in the game. And a lot of these niggas ain't coming out to support you. They're not coming out to rally behind you. They're not coming out to vouch for you. So you kind of seem like dead weight that you would get in their way to spread their wings and climb up their own successful ladder. And then on top of that, you still being a mean girl, Nicki, let's say this little bitch is better than you. And I say better than you in a sense of like they're reaching accolades faster than you. They're breaking records faster than you. They're getting more, let's say, Vogue covers or whatever the fuck else covers. Like, let's be real. You still a mean girl. You still insecure. And you are the type of bitch to throw shade. I wouldn't want to do no business with anybody, woman or male, who's going to try to clip me because they feel some type of way about me. Even though we sharing checks, even though I'm getting money, you getting money, we getting money together. We got contracts together. How do I know that you won't try to backstab me because you feel some type of way, Nicki? On top of that, when it comes to these male rappers, though, even though I said all I said, if I was a female rapper, I still would sign with you. I'm not even gonna lie. When it comes to these men, this is still patriarchy, and this is still racism, and we still live in a capitalist system. So even though you are the best at what you do, that doesn't factor capitalism, that doesn't factor sexism, that doesn't factor in racism. And with these black men who are able to run amok pretty much unchecked unless they offend some Jews like Nick Cannon, they run the game and no one really checks them. What do I mean by that? Even though these niggas is trash, they can be a Rick Ross and say, oh, if you're going to be signing to me, I'm still going to have to smash that pussy. Like, that's that on fucking X marks the spot. Even though that would technically be sexual harassment, nigga, and your stupid ass would end up in jail like motherfucking Bill Cosby and R. Kelly, he can say that with his chest and know that nothing's going to happen to him, right? As a woman, and a woman who's well-read, and a woman who cares about her motherfucking safety, that is very alarming to me that if I was signed to a man, he would try to press me for sex. He would try to coerce me. As me, who I am, I would say ex-nay. But a lot of these young girlies come from these wayward backgrounds where they're coming from trauma, they're coming from sexual abuse, they're coming from all types of abuse. They think that shit is cute. And if not cute, they think that shit is acceptable. Until they end up like a Summer Walker, half dead, half crazy, borderline than a motherfucker, popping babies, being fourth baby mamas, and all this other dumb shit that could have been avoided if they would have worked on themselves and started chasing dick. Girls need love and girls need therapy too. Instead of getting into therapy, she got into the dick and now she fourth baby mama and she halfway crazy. Me personally, I would sign to you because you don't want to sexually exploit me. You don't want to sexually, emotionally, and psychologically manipulate me and gaslight me because you're not even into women like that. And I don't think you've ever been into women like that. I think that bi thing was just a way to like get put on. No different than Katy Perry, I kissed a girl and I liked it. No different than Lady Gaga, I'm born this way. Though I think she probably has some lesbian hardcore experiences, but for the most part, she liked dick more than she liked pussy. I don't think you've ever liked pussy, but that's not the point. When it comes to my safety, I would sign more with you because I don't see you taking advantage of women in that way. Well, if your husband's not in the equation, I think you're not going to take advantage of women like that. But them niggas will. That's part of the contract. And when you look at it and you peel back the history of these rapper ass niggas, whether they are the producer, the rapper, the CEO, the label head, whatever, they're always trying to find a way to sexually exploit these young, dumb, naive, scarred, trauma-induced, broke girls. That's what they do. They may not be hardcore like R. Kelly, but they got R. Kelly elements. So me being me, I would sign with you because you don't want to sexually exploit me. And if you got your insecurities in check, we can get this money together. Of course, I would like to look over the contract so I could see what I'm getting, what you getting percentage wise, and what's going to go down with my publishing and my masters. But if everything's up to up, yeah, I would sign with you just to learn from you. Like you the sensei, I'm the grasshopper. I'm learning from the I'm learning from the best. And why should I study on some secret agent shit, on some like Trojan horse shit, dismissing you on the public sphere, but behind the scenes trying to copy you, like you did Kim, like Cardi does you, and all the other rapper girlies do you. I wouldn't do you like that. I would learn from you and give you all the props and all the homage that your ego-driven heart desires. However, comma, again, unfortunately, in this system, they do not value Black women. And even though you're the best at what you do, you're not valued because you are a Black woman. Like, let's just put that shit out there. Even though you light skin and whatever, and you got a fat ass and at the end of the day, you're still a Black woman. And unfortunately, in this system of patriarchy and in this system of racism, you are technically at the bottom. Like you said, motherfuckers out here doing wigs and voices and all this other shit on Vogue covers, and everybody thinks that shit is cute. They like that Black adjacent shit. They like that cultural vulture shit. But you as a Black woman, you do it first. It's called ghetto. It's called tacky. Same thing in the industry. They want that approval from Nicki because it's solid, but they don't want to be signed to you because they think you're less credible. And it's not just the niggas in the game or the white men in this game. It's also the Black girlies who followed your model too. Because you made it so. You made and solidified that Black women's labor and Black women's certification, their stamp of approval means less, and they're following the same blueprint. On top of that, these, like I said, these girls come from wayward backgrounds, so they're dealing with a lot of shit as they enter the rap game when they cannot handle their regular schmegler damn selves. They can't handle money and fame, contracts, finances, and toxic dick at the same time. It's too much to juggle. So they end up becoming the Cardis, the Megan Thee Stallion getting shot in the fucking foot and all this other dumb shit because they don't have the self-awareness. They don't do any shadow work, and they are in love with the zozo. They're in love with the dick. They put the dick above everything. So yeah. But you made solid points though. You made solid points. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't know what to tell you, girl, because I'm not in the music industry. I can't tell you what you got to do, what you can't do. But what I will say is keep on working on yourself. Keep putting some bomb-ass songs out there. And honestly, that mean girl shit is dead. Like, it's gross. It's disgusting. This is the 6th year on that Libra energy. Work that shit out, Nicki. Make apologies. Make amends. Tie up loose ends. Go into therapy. If you got to get on some medications, no shade, get on your medication, whatever it needs to do for you, do that shit, and keep doing you. That's all I got for you, sis. Well, tell me what you think down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Did you watch the whole Nicki Minaj interview in its entirety? And what do you feel about what I said? Like, being sexually coerced and like sexually taunted by like these rapper guys, these producers, like it comes with the contract. Even if it's not explicitly said in the contract, it's there, it's implicated, right? Look at even Jocelyn. Look at Jocelyn from Love and Hip Hop. Like, Stevie, I don't want to go back to the strip club. They just always find a way to put their dick in it. They just always find a way to do that shit. And me being who I am, I don't want to be sexually coerced just so I can see my dreams come true, just so I can escape poverty. Like, that's no different than being sex trafficked. Like, that's no different than being on a harem. Like, that's no different than being on these streets. Like, X-Nay, and then being harassed, humiliated, baby mama number 16, loving hip-hop melodrama. Like, who got time for that? Not in these last days, not in this late stage capitalism. Absolutely not. But y'all let me know what you think, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.